panel today. My name is Brandon Quiles. I'm from the University of Pennsylvania, and I just want to show you my teammates.
Hi again.
So, if each of you could go one by one and give us your name, the institution you're currently studying at, what year you are, and what your home country is. So whoever wants to go first.
Okay, wait, can you repeat that again?
So if you guys can one by one, if Khadisha, if you want to start it off, give us your
Okay.
full name, the university that you're currently studying at, what year you are at that university, and what your home country is.
Okay, my name is Khadija Begum. I go to Rutgers University, Camden. I'm a senior, and I'm from Singapore.
Okay.
I'll go
I'm
first.
Sasha. Oh, you go.
Go ahead, Sasha.
Sasha is in the new school, and I'm a junior originally from England.
Okay.
I'm Bamboo. I'm a junior from Bryn Mawr College, and I'm from China.
And my name is Givi Bitadze. I go to Temple University. I'm from country of Georgia.
All right, thank you guys. The first question I have for you is, do you believe that your college or university is effectively engaging international students on campus? Why or why not?
Do I go first?
Sure.
Okay, so I guess academically, our international students are really engaged on campus because, you'll see international students here working with professors doing research. You'll see them working in the office. A lot of them working on campus. But socially, I would say that there can definitely be more improvement because a lot of the international students, what they do is they go to class and then they just go back to their room and they really don't socialize as much. So in that aspect, definitely our school, at least Rutgers University Camden needs to really improve on that. I guess basically the main reason why we get our international population is so small. That's probably why we don't really get engaged. We don't really engage that much because we're really looked over because our population is so small. Yeah.
Anybody else?
I think Temple is also doing a good job engaging students in activities on campus. We have International Student Association, and I was actually part of it last year. When a student arrives, we go on a bus as students and pick them up from the airport and brings them over. And there's a dinner, there's a Thanksgiving dinner sometimes, for Christmas dinner for kids who cannot go back home for their Christmas time or even Thanksgiving time. A couple days ago, they also had International Students Gala, and I think that's it. They also have some different other kind of activities and meet on a daily basis, and they pretty much do a good job of engaging students for their activities.
And for me, I think my school is actually doing a really good job because last Wednesday we had a community day, and people get to go to different workshops to learn about diversity, international students experience, everything. And we also have International Student Association on campus, and we have lots of spring break trip or Thanksgiving dinners organized by faculty members of Bryn Mawr College. And we also have pair up. I mean, we were able to pair up with some native local high school, in my case Shipley School, for host family. So I actually got a host family here. I didn't live, I don't live with them, but they will bring me out for dinner or to games, everything, to learn about it's like a cultural exchange, and I think that's a really good idea to get international students engaged in American culture.
And Sasha?
There are lots of facilities if you feel you need them, which is nice, but yeah.
Okay. So what could student affairs professionals do to better engage international students, in your opinions?
Like what they were saying, we do have an international student organization on campus, but we're not the organization isn't really that active. So I feel like, if they were more active, if they like, held more events specifically for international students, because like when they do events and stuff, they open it up to everyone, and like the international students, they don't come to these events. It's like the like domestic students, like the students here in the States, they come to these events because they want to learn about all this like international, like all this international stuff. But like the international students themselves don't really come to this kind of event. So I feel like if we can somehow give like an incentive to these students to come out, maybe that way, to get them to be more engaged. So that's something we could work on.
Okay.
Mm.
So do you have any idea of what kind of incentives professionals could give that would entice maybe you to come out to an event?
Well, I don't really know. Like probably like maybe if we ask them to like hold the events, like ask maybe like some of the newer international students to like come to like meetings and stuff, and ask them to like, oh, what would you want to like, maybe like for example, we have like international week every fall semester. It's like I think the first week of November or something, and I feel like it's mostly like it's mostly like people who work in the office who like hold all these events. So if we have like international students, we ask them to come in and like give in their 2 cents, like give in their like what they want to see at these events during International Week. Maybe that way they will get like more they'll be more interested in coming, because they're the ones who like they want to see their ideas, and they want to see people like get involved based on what they're saying.
Does anyone else have any ideas how student affairs professionals can better engage international students on your campus?
So I don't know. I think there's one way to engage international students is to help them improve their English, because sometimes what I heard from my friends, like they feel they are not able to talk to American students, and I think if we have like some like training group for like accent, which will give students confidence to speak up and then talk to American students, I think that might be a good idea.
Does anyone else have any other suggestions?
Well, professionals doing this, let's say employers maybe. Yeah, what I'm thinking probably just offering some sort of internships. We all need internships to gain some experience. I know there will be probably some bureaucracy problems, as meaning working here while studying, because you have limited times you can work. But I think that would be also a good idea just to offer some sort of internships, and not paid internships even. That would be helpful for us to gain international experience and going back and put our knowledge back in our countries that we gained in here in the United States. I think more opportunities from the employers, that's what I would ask for.
All right, thank you, Gibby, for that. So my next question is going to be, college and universities often have specific marketing material to promote their institutions to international students. What materials did you receive from your college or university? And was the way the institution marketed itself, was that an accurate representation? Why or why not? So basically what I'm asking is how the universities that you guys currently are in, the way that they marketed themselves to you, did they fulfill the promises that they made when they marketed to you their institutions, or were there kind of things that were left undesired compared to what you thought you were going to get out of the institution that you attended?
I have not gotten any, to be honest, I have not gotten any marketing materials from the university, because I was living in Philadelphia and decided to go to Temple, and it was not marketed to me. I'm pretty sure they're doing a good job outside of country, because I see many people from Middle East and Asian countries come and study in Temple specifically. I'm pretty sure Temple is doing something really good in marketing, because majority of the students come from these parts of the world. But also I know, because we have so many international campuses, there's a Singapore campus, there's one in Japan, Rome, Barcelona, there's one in England, I think, and that's one of the way to get students from different countries and bring here and study in the main campus of Temple right in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I honestly did not like get anything from Rutgers University Camden either. I just applied and I got in. But like I've worked in the international students office like for a year, and I've seen like how the dean of our international like the dean for our international students, and how like the admission counselors, they actually like they do go overseas to promote our college, like not just Rutgers University but like our Camden campus as well, to other students overseas. And I also see like international student ambassadors like giving out special tours for international students who are already like in the States, and we invite them, to come over to our school during big events like Discover Rutgers Day, or like during open house. Like we do see like a big group of international students coming. So I'm sure like they're promoting our school out there, but I never really got anything from them, like personally.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have another question I want to ask the group. So how did your views on race, gender, and sexual orientation differ from those born in the U.S.? And how have your views changed over time since you've been in the U.S.?
Well, I come from Singapore, so it's like a multiracial country. So regarding race and I guess race and gender, I'm pretty open-minded. Like I went to a school that like I would sit beside like a Chinese person, and to my left will be a Chinese, to my right will be like a Malay. So like race-wise, I was really open-minded and everything. But definitely like I came from a really conservative country, so sexual orientation was really like a very touchy subject. Like according to my parents, there's no such thing as like homosexual. There's no such thing. But when I came here, I realized like definitely the people here, they're more open to like all the different types of sexual orientation there is and stuff. So that helped me open up my mind as well, I guess, kind of. And we do have like a great variety of students and people who go to our school, so that like interacting with them really did help me learn more about all the different types of people there are. So yeah, that's all.
Bamboo?
So before I came here, like this kind of stuff are really new to me. But because Brima is a women's college and people really interested in all these topics, so I actually got more exposed to everything, and I'm kind of like get used to the new ideas, and then it becomes so normal to me when I develop like lesbian, gay, transgender, everything. But before I came here, everything was so new, and like nobody in China would like actually think this is a thing.
Yeah, no one talks about it like back in Singapore too.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
I
think
came. Go ahead, Bamboo.
I think I'm good. Do you want to go?
Yeah, I said also I came from a country that is 89% Christian, and I didn't know any other person around me who was not Christian. All of my friends were Christian, so I came over here. Now I have all the different kind of friends from different backgrounds, different religions, and the different views. And I think I became more diversely conscious, I should say, and also I became more liberal towards other things.
Mm-hmm.
And Sasha? I don't know if she had logged off or whatnot, but I'll go ahead and I'll ask the next question.
Mhm.
Has your college provided structure or meaningful opportunities for you to interact with domestic students? And if so, in what ways could those opportunities be expanded?
What kind of students? I'm sorry, can you repeat it again?
So the
Yeah.
question is, in what ways has your institutions provided opportunity for you as international students to have meaningful dialogue and interaction with domestic students? And if there are ways for them to kind of expand on that if you feel like there hasn't been a lot of opportunities.
Well, obviously, I have taken classes with domestic students for sure, but it's not the university itself. It's just kids not, well, they are friendly, but it takes some time till you actually warm up and get to know the people. Because international students tend to hang out together as versus domestic students who also hang out together. But I think my freshman and sophomore years were a little different, not communicating as much. But as I get closer um, to my senior years in upper classes, and also we started taking classes together, and I get to see more people more often, and we start going out, and we became friends, and now I have a lot of friends from my major, and I'm friends with them.
I actually had like the opposite experience. I actually like have more domestic friends than international friends. Um, Mainly because like I said, there aren't that many international students at my campus, and it's true. Like international students do like hang out, by themselves, and they don't really hang out with other domestic students. Mostly because they feel like they can connect better with their own international group or whatever. But I was the only Singaporean who came here. Like I was the only one. So like, and I was put like I lived on campus, and I was put with like all the girls that I lived with were all Americans, and so like the first people that I met were all Americans. So for me it was just like I integrated pretty well. Like I didn't have that many international student friends, I guess. So I was definitely like I was the opposite. Yeah.
My so my case is a kind of mix of everything because there are lots of Chinese students on campus. So 50% of international students in Burma are actually Chinese. But like we have when we were freshmen, we had a custom group. It's like the entire freshman. I mean the all the freshmen on the hall will become like a group, and we do everything together. And this in this way, we actually got to connected to each other. And I did the same thing when I was a sophomore as a custom person who was like overlook everything. And then I got to know lots of American students and at the same time international students.
Okay, thank you. And Sasha, are you back with us?
Yeah, I think it depends on the person completely because I avoided people from the same country because I wanted to get to know other types of people. But there are some people that just stick with what they know a bit more.
So, do you feel, Sasha, that your college did provide those opportunities to interact with students
I
that are
think they did, but I
okay?
don't think it's up to them because it really is down to the person.
Okay, another question. How did your family and friends from home deal with you wanting to study in the United States? Were they pro coming to America, or were they a little hesitant for you to study in the US?
Um, I actually come from a very conservative family. Um, I'm the oldest in my family, and my parents definitely did not want me to go overseas. Like they were definitely against it. And the only reason um, they allowed me to come here was because I actually have like family around here. Like I have an aunt living 10 minutes away from here. I have cousins living in New York and Philadelphia. So that was the only reason like my parents finally like agreed to let me go overseas. So definitely they were not happy about it at first, but they slowly warmed up to the whole idea of me going overseas. And when I was finally here, um, like they would call as any parent would be like they would be really worried about me. They would call me every hour, ask me like if I've eaten enough, did I, have I did I eat yet, have I slept enough and stuff like that. But slowly, as like now I've been here for like 3 4 years now, and they're slowly getting used to the idea of me living overseas. Like I'm not like I'm growing up. I'm not going to be staying with them for the rest of my life. I have to move out, move on with my life. So it's fine. Like right now they're better. They've warmed up to the idea. So yeah.
Thank you. Anybody else?
My family was actually very supportive. They were supportive. They wanted to get out and get more experience, more education, and they wanted me to be out here. So here I am.
So for me, I think it was fine at the first place because I'm kind of really independent. I went to boarding school since secondary school, like middle school and then high school. But then like when after like 1 or 2 months, my family started to miss me very much. And when I called my grandparents, like the older generation, they they got like so emotional, and my grandma actually cried when I called her. So I was like, kind of, yeah, it's my parents are fine. I mean, they or someone told me they just like pretend they are fine. But I think it's like really a mix of everything.
Sasha?
Um, it was kind of difficult, but I think just because it is so far away, but they were supportive in the end because it was the best place for what I wanted to do. Like, I'd looked at all the other options.
So another question I want to ask is, have you ever experienced biases at your institution because you are an international student? If you have, what were some of those experiences like, and how did it make you feel?
I personally, I mean, when I tell people, when my professors student, they actually they actually warm up to me even more because they're more interested in knowing like how the education system back in my country is. Like they would ask, they actually, like I feel like being an international student actually works for me rather than works against me because they're like as international students we're known to be like hardworking. We're like we study all the time and stuff like that. We're nerds and stuff like that. So like I've never actually experienced any biasness like me personally. So I've never had any bad experience. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, pretty much the same here. I have not gotten any like biases or something. The only problem I had with the classes taught itself just teaches mostly about the American stuff. American, let's say if you take business class about American businesses, and they don't focus on like let's say for international people, and that's the only experience. And other than that, everything been the same. I've been judged same way on the grammar and syntax on spelling than any other student at the university.
I think they're a little more lenient to international students. Like, I think they expect more of the like domestic students, and I think we're given a lot more leeway, which I don't think is good. I think the same should be demanded of us.
I don't think so. For my case, it was pretty much the same. So, I wish that was that way though.
Yeah. My professors actually expected more from me because I don't know. Yeah.
So another question that I want to ask is, what specific services are offered for international students at your institutions? So more specifics of, is there specific advising? Is there anything very intentional at your institutions for international students?
Yeah, my school has a writing center, and we have English as second language specialists, like professors who will actually help us with writing and reading. So I think that's really helpful.
Can't think of any specific services to be honest, but like Bamboo said, I have taken there. We have English introduction to academic writing, which they offer also in ESL classes. That's the only difference I could tell because I have taken all the ESL classes. Was ESL class and also there was regular for American students. But I took my first one as an ESL, second one I took the regular one, but I passed it, so I didn't fail it.
Yeah, that's good.
We have like focus groups for like international students to talk about any issues that we might be facing. We have it like every once a month, and it's usually held by our program coordinator. And we also have like an open door policy, like our dean for international students and our program coordinator, like their doors are always open. We can always go in there and talk to them whenever we have any issues about anything like that. It doesn't have to be just about academics or about anything international student related. It can be anything like the smallest little thing, like, oh, I don't know where to get food. I don't know where to get. I don't know where to go grocery shopping. Can you give me some ideas, stuff like that, about anything? So I feel like that is definitely one of the most biggest, like, that definitely helped me a lot. Because when I first moved in here, I didn't know anything. I didn't know where to go for anything. So that definitely helped. And we also had like workshops where they talked about like after we graduate, what are our options, like about what OPT and CPTs are, like how to find employment, like what paperwork has to be filled out for all that kind of stuff. And our career center also like holds like resume building and interview pointers specifically for international students. They have it like I think every semester twice or something like that for international students, and specifically for students like that. So yeah, those are some of the stuff I can think about.
Yeah, we also had an orientation week before the school starts when we were freshmen. So the school organized trips to Target, IKEA, those kind of trips, and they also organized spring break trips, and they provide housing during the break, winter break, especially for students, international students.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that we also have that for our school. Like we have a one week whole international student orientation, which is different from like normal, student normal orientation, because we take them to like Atlantic City, we take them to Philadelphia, we take them to Target and Wegmans to do their shopping, so that they know where all these places are, and we have like specific like workshops for them during that orientation, like what to expect when you get here. Yeah.
Temple also does these stuff, but it's not specifically for international students. Everybody can participate and go for Target and IKEA shopping trips.
Okay. So my next question is going to be, what factors influenced your choice in deciding to attend the institution that you did?
My
Well, like,
program?
So,
ahead.
no, you go. It's okay. I'm sorry. All right, I guess I'll go first. So, like I was saying before, one of the big reasons that I was able to come here, like to the States, was because I have family around here. So when I was like applying to come here, I was only looking into schools that were nearby, nearby my family. So like I was looking into schools in New York and around South Jersey. So and I looked at Rutgers and I was like, okay, I applied to New Brunswick and Camden, and I just in the end, I decided to come to Camden because it's like 10 minutes away from, like I said, it was 10 minutes away from my aunt's house, and it was also like, it's affordable, and I'm getting a quality education at the same time. So that's why finally me and my parents decided like Rutgers and Camden would probably be the best choice for me. Yeah.
Anybody else?
Yeah, one of the reasons I went to Temple is because I lived in Philadelphia before, and it was a state school, and besides, they had a good program. What I'm going for is a tourism and hospitality management, and I think it was the right decision to go to Temple and nowhere else.
I picked mine because I am really interested in sustainability within design, and it's a university that actually offers that. And also, differing from what's offered in the UK, there's more instruction, there's less time that you're left to do things on your own, and you're more informed about the subjects that you're studying, like more prepared.
Bamboo?
So I actually have a list of schools. I looked at the environment of the school, the dining hall, the dorm, and the professor-student ratio, and then the ranking. So I actually have a list of schools that have the nice environment I'm interested. I would go. So and then I got into Bryn Mawr, which is a really decent school. So I think that's one.
Okay. So my next question is, do you think your university's International Affairs Office is designed or adequately resourced to help the diverse needs of international students? Why or why not?
I think the International Student Office at my school, it is like the dean. She's very she's very informative. Like she knows what she's doing. When I go to her and ask her a question, she'll definitely she'll give me a lot of information. She'll give me lots of links to whatever whatever I need for. So yeah, definitely my office, the International Student Office in my school, they're equipped for every single situation. And with the whole open door policy, that really does help all our students, because we can just I'm really close to my dean, and how many since it's such a small school, I guess it does give me a chance to get really close to the dean, and yeah, so yeah, it's pretty well equipped. That's all.
Anybody else?
Should I go next? I guess.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think our international students center is also well equipped, adequately equipped, and the staff, I'm sure. So, and They're doing pretty good job actually organizing all the events and taking care of their students, and they are there to and available for help anytime you need it.
So the final question I'm going to pose to the group is, if there's one piece of advice you could give international students who wish to study abroad, what would it be, and why would you give them this piece of advice?
Learn to cook.
Yeah. Learn to do your own
So learn to,
laundry.
learn to
Well,
do your
laundry too.
laundry.
No, I would definitely say make the best of it, because I mean, the I know the main reason why we're here is to study, is to get a better education, is to get a bachelor's degree, or finish our education. But definitely like make the best of it. Education, like academics is obviously important, but you want to network with people as well. You want, like, when you go back home, you don't want to just, like, when people ask you, like, oh, so how was your 4 years, or how was your 2 years back in the States, you don't want to just tell them, oh yeah, I just went to school, like, all I saw was the inside of a classroom. So you want to branch out, experience whatever the city has to offer. So yeah, that's what I would tell them.
And
Be more
that's right.
social.
That's all you have to do. Just network, network, network. Get your
Yeah.
connections. Get as much experience as you can get. Because you go back home, you need somebody's help from here. And maybe if you start your own business or something, you need somebody from here. You can always invite professionals from the United States who are more valuable and come over and help you over there.
And I would say, going off with that, just reach out to people and just ask questions when you don't understand anything. And also, there's one more advice I actually just got from a photographer. He said, when we are still students, we can always ask questions, but when we actually go to the professional world, we couldn't just be, oh, what's this, what's that, or how can I do this, how can I do that. But as students, people always want to help us, so I think just use all the resources you have in front of you.
And Sasha?
I would probably say really make sure that you're going for the right reasons and be informed of everything that you need to know about everything from the visa, the school, like living, just as much as you can, and compare it to all the other options.
Okay. Some really sound advice. I want to thank each of you for giving us some of your time for this conversation. So again, thank you. We really appreciate it here at Penn.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Good luck with your project.
Bye.